This is one of those Sundays where I've got a soup, if you know what I mean. It's like an alphabet soup. I have no idea which letter is going to come up first. But I want to start by sharing a story about my older sister. She was 3 years older than me. She was in an abusive relationship. And she stayed, and she stayed, and she stayed. And the stress on her face was incredible. As a matter of fact, my friends met her at one time. It was actually during ministerial school we all give a chapel talk. We all practice on each other. So I was doing that, and my dad brought my sister with him. And I'm introducing to my classmates, and one classmate said, "Oh, who is this, your mother?" Okay. One night, she was doing the dishes. She was also raising her grandson. And she made up her mind she was leaving. She finished the dishes, put the towel on the rack, went in the bedroom, packed her clothes, put her grandson on her hip, and walked out the door. The back door. He never even knew she left. Not till later. Years later, a year or so, maybe 2 years, she met the love of her life. And the age just fell off her face. I mean, she was wearing her little shorts, overalls, pigtails, and I couldn't believe the difference in her. But we have to decide to let go. We have to decide to let go. Why don't we? Why don't we? Maybe we don't feel we deserve to be happy, to be lighthearted and free. Maybe the devil we know is better than the devil we don't know, and so we're afraid to make changes in our life. You know, everything's changing always anyway. We know that. It was St. Teresa, I think of Avila, if that's how you say it, said, "Let nothing disturb you, nothing affright you. All things are moving, but God never moves." I love that quote. God never moves. Regardless of what we think and what we believe, the truth is the truth is the truth, and the truth is unchanging. So change can happen. It can happen gradually. Like I look at this body and I'm thinking, you don't look the same as when you were 10 years old. Gradually, one day at a time, change happens. And then there are the unexpected changes, those traumas that we grieve and grieve and grieve and grieve and grieve. And as much as we want to let go, it seems like it rolls around on a regular basis. So we have to stay focused on the present moment and release the past. We have to make peace with our past. We have to let go of the woulda, shoulda, coulda, why didn't I's and say it is what it is. And in this moment, right now, is the opportunity to make a change. But we can't do it if we don't let go. Even our good memories, we need to release if they cause us sadness, if they take us away from the present moment with all of its goodness, even our good memories. If they break our heart, need to be released. So letting go, if something happens unexpected, we can know that it's for our soul's growth. All change is for our soul's growth, even if it causes growing pains. So I looked up growing pains. It's actually kind of a real thing, but then again not. Growing pains refer to pains in the legs in our youth and as we're teenagers. However, there is no scientific evidence that growth causes pain. Growth does not cause pain. But if you want to grow some pain, then resist. Resist change. Another one of my favorite quotes is Byron Katie, "You can argue with what is, and you'll lose, but only 100% of the time." Fundamental to being able to be surrendered and letting go and embracing the moment is trusting. Trusting that there is a divine presence that's holding you in the palm of the metaphorical hand, and that this universe is for you and never against you. Never against you. So if it feels that way, some quiet time examining your inner self. You know, the life unexamined is not worth living. I'm full of quotes today. And spend time in the quiet. Because when you're in the stillness and the quietness, it automatically puts you in the present moment. And you know this too shall pass. This moment shall pass. So what is the best thing to do in this moment? Be grateful. Bless it all. Every single thing, no matter how challenging, no matter how sad. Because embedded in that is your soul's growth. Your soul's growth. Your key to happiness. Today's daily word was prosperity, and I was thinking, you know, one form of prosperity is letting go and giving it all away. If you're all burdened down with the past, with an inability to accept today's reality, that's a type of poverty. It's a type of poverty. Releasing and being here now is the key. Acceptance is the key. And asking for help is the key. Last Sunday I talked about resilience, and I said you cannot be resilient if you don't let go. I've got a little magnet that was left in the CEO's office at Unity Worldwide Ministries, a position I took for about 8 years. And I don't know if he was just leaving me a message or what, but it says, "Let go or be dragged." Because it's moving on. It's moving on anyway. And letting go is only acknowledging what is already gone. Think about that. Think about that. I'm sure there's going to be an addendum. My mother, who is passed, she and I were very close. I loved it that she would sit by the bed and not read a bedtime story, but she would sit in the dark and recite poetry. A lot of the poems I know to this day, I learned beside her, as she would say, "Little Boy Blue," and she would cite a bunch of them. But she had a quote, and it was this: The moving finger writes, and having writ, moves on. Nor thy piety, nor wit will bring it back to change a line of it, nor all thy tears. And that's, I want to say Omar Sharif, but it's not, it's Omar Rubicon. In the Rubicon is where that is. The moving finger of time writes, and having writ, moves on. So, in case you don't know, today is number 2 pencil day. So if there's something you need to write, there are pencils back there. Help yourself. As a reminder that time moves on, that time is an illusion. No one is entitled to anything remaining the same. No one. The only thing we are entitled to is the spiritual truth of who we are. The divine love, the wisdom, the guidance, we're entitled to all of that. So let go of all the negation of that and know that God is blessing you right now. Right now. Happy Pencil Day.